You ever notice how sometimes the most dangerous people in your life don't come with knives or threats? They come with fucking questions? Soft, sweet, innocent-sounding questions that feel like someone's slipping a warm hand into yours. Except your gut's twisting. Your chest tightens. Because somewhere, buried deep in that polite curiosity, is a loaded gun pointed straight at your sanity. Sit with that for a second. Feel your pulse. That's your body reminding you what truth feels like. Why does no one warn us about this? Why aren't there public service announcements blasting on TV telling us? Watch out. The worst manipulation often shows up in the form of casual questions. Nobody teaches you this. So you walk straight into the trap, with a smile on your face, your guard down, your heart exposed, because you think they're being vulnerable. You think it's a normal conversation. Meanwhile, they're taking notes on how to break you. Let's cut the shit. This is how people fuck you up without ever raising their voice. This is how they keep their hands clean while your mind turns into a haunted house. Pause. Notice what your gut is doing right now. That's called survival instinct. It doesn't care about politeness. It cares about keeping you alive. Here's the psychological knife twist. A manipulator's questions aren't really questions. They're scripts, designed to steer you, confuse you, make you feel like you're the problem. And if you're too busy defending your sanity, guess what? You'll never get around to holding them accountable. Ever had someone look you dead in the eyes after you catch them in a blatant lie and say, "Why are you being so dramatic?" "Oh, I don't know. Maybe because you're rewriting reality in front of my face like a 2-bit magician who forgot his own fucking trick." Sit with that. Let your chest tighten. That's not overreacting. That's your nervous system screaming, "Danger." This line is a classic. They flip the stage lights on you. Now you're the clown. Now you're the overreacting psycho. Suddenly you're apologizing for having feelings while they skate off without ever acknowledging what they did. And let's not pretend it's always lovers or friends. Bosses do this shit. Parents do this shit. People in power, in religion, in therapy chairs, in YouTube comments. They'll all test the waters with their so-called innocent questions to see how easily your mind bends. Here's the raw truth. They don't give a fuck about understanding you. They're testing how far they can push you before you crack. Because the moment they see you question your own reaction, they know they've got you. They own your emotional thermostat now. They set the temperature, and you start sweating. Take a breath. That tension in your shoulders right now? It's your body preparing to protect you. Don't ignore it. Let's push deeper. Ever been hit with, "Do you even trust me?" Yeah, that gem. Sounds romantic in movies. Looks heartbreaking on Instagram reels. But in real life? It's a goddamn crowbar they wedge between your ribs to pry open your guilt. Suddenly you're defending your loyalty, your commitment, your trustworthiness. While they don't have to say a single word about the shady shit you caught them doing. It's like finding your partner texting their ex at 2 a.m., and when you confront them, they look at you all soft-eyed and whisper, "Don't you trust me?" Sit with how that feels. That twist in your gut isn't insecurity, it's intelligence. Trust is earned by consistency, not by crocodile tears and fucking guilt grenades. Here's a sharper cut for you. People who are actually trustworthy don't weaponize your doubts. They see your concerns and try to soothe them with transparency, not with emotional blackmail. But let's keep it savage. What about this masterpiece of manipulation? "So what do you want me to say?" That's them telling you straight up, "I'm guilty, but I'm too lazy or arrogant to own it. So here, hand me a script. Tell me what to say so we can fast forward to me being off the hook." Pause. Feel that disgust bloom in your chest. It's there for a reason. Fuck that. Real remorse doesn't need a teleprompter. Real accountability looks like squirming discomfort, tears that aren't forced, long pauses while they struggle to admit what they did. Not throwing the burden on you to choreograph their fucking apology. And then there's the speed run to closure. Can we just move on already? Move on. Move on to where? Your next lie? Moving on without accountability is like stitching up a stab wound without removing the blade. It festers. It infects. And one day it bursts open in ways you didn't see coming. Health problems, anxiety, random outbursts at people who didn't deserve it. Sit with that image. Because it's not just poetic, it's exactly how trauma compounds. See, this isn't just about them lying. It's about what it does to your nervous system. You get trapped in fight or flight, stuck replaying conversations, obsessing over whether you're too sensitive, whether you're overreacting. Meanwhile, they're sleeping just fine, because their conscience is a dusty room nobody's lived in for years. Now let's bring out the nuclear guilt trip, the last resort for manipulators. Are you really gonna throw everything away over this? That one's a psychological stick of dynamite. They're counting on your fear of loss to override your sense of truth. Because humans would rather stay in familiar pain than face the terror of change. So they leverage that. Make you feel like you're the villain for protecting your own boundaries. Sit with this. If the cost of keeping someone in your life is abandoning your self-respect, then it's too fucking expensive. It's like paying $1 million for a haunted house you can't ever leave. Except the ghost is your own shredded dignity. And don't get it twisted. This isn't about being bitter or cold or heartless. It's about finally realizing that your peace is worth more than their temporary validation. That your sanity costs too much to rent out to people who decorate it with their manipulations. Pause. Breathe into that. Because that breath is yours, not theirs. It's proof you still own your reality. You know what most people never do? They never pause long enough to dissect the impact. They'll say, "Oh well, that's just how relationships are," or "family fights all the time," or "maybe I'm overthinking." No, what you're doing is gaslighting yourself. Because they already started the job, and now you're finishing it for them. It's brilliant, really. They taught you to question your instincts so well that now you can torment yourself on autopilot. They don't even have to show up. So here's where we flip the whole fucking script. You want the solution? Stop answering their questions. Not sarcastically. Not with your own barbed words. Just stop. Let silence do the talking. Because silence in the face of manipulation is deafening. It forces them to sit with their own tactics without your energy to feed on. Start asking your own internal questions instead. Is this person making me feel safe to be honest? Do I trust their patterns more than their promises? Does this relationship require me to abandon my own intuition to survive? Pause. Let those questions land like hammers. If you can't answer yes to those, it's time to walk. Yeah, that's scary as hell. Because walking means you'll have empty space. Space that used to be filled with their chaos. But you know what? That empty space is exactly where your new life grows. People think the hardest part of leaving manipulators is saying goodbye to them. It's not. It's saying goodbye to the version of you that tolerated that shit. It's mourning the lost years you spent carrying someone else's emotional baggage. But once you've done that, you become untouchable. You see through all the fancy linguistic traps, the tears, the puppy eyes, the sighs of disappointment. Because your gut doesn't lie. It's been screaming the truth for years. You just finally decided to fucking listen. So next time someone looks at you with that manipulative glint and breathes out, "Do you even trust me?" Pause. Let a smile curl. Then stare dead into their soul and say, "Trust you? Bro, I don't even trust the expiration date on milk." And then you walk. Head up. No second guessing. Because you didn't come this far to keep being someone's emotional chew toy. You came this far to live raw. To love with your eyes wide open. To protect the precious calm you built inside your chest. Remember this. Your nervous system is your responsibility. Your peace is your own damn job. Nobody's going to guard it for you. Least of all the people who keep trying to tear it apart. So keep your standards high. Keep your gut sharp. And let every manipulative question serve as a bright neon sign that says, "This is exactly where I set my boundary." Because at the end of the day, the person who stops the cycle isn't the liar. It's you. The one who finally decided they were done living on someone else's emotional leash. Now go fucking live. Because this life is way too short to waste on people who treat your trust like a playground for their bullshit games.